I met a gypsy.
I'm scared I'll go the other way and just let my kids do whatever. And that's been hard for me because there's so much value in that for me.
For sure,
You
eh?
know, like I look back and I just thank my mom because I'm like, there was so much valuable lessons that I learned in that. So I don't want to give that up, but I'm kind of like predisposed to like.
I think a lot of people are kind of like that. Like we just came from such a different generation.
Yeah, different time.
You know, like,
yeah.
and you go back and I mean, my parents are a version of their parents, and it's just every generation you just get like a little bit more kind of removed,
Yeah.
and like the pendulum just keeps swinging like a little bit
Yeah.
further away. I feel like that's quite a hard balance to get right.
Yeah. So I mean, a big thing for me is like, you know, things kind of like circulate or pass on generationally. You know, there's certain things I want to stop.
Yes.
You know, I don't want to pass on certain attributes generationally, but
Like broken femurs.
yeah, broken femurs. Like my son right now, I've seen too many videos of me. He's like, Dad, I just broke my elbow. Like, win the race. Don't break your elbow, kid.
Yeah.
Just, you know, I want to take what I've learned and help him avoid those types of things, you know, and same with my daughter. And so that's the biggest challenge. How do I do that in like a really productive way and balancing, you know, being go with the flow and then also being like, hey kid, you got the toys out, put them away, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's
Just calmly with the eye twitching.
Daddy's got to go outside for a second. So yeah, no, and I don't know. There's so much to learn. I feel like every day is a challenge that way, and I'm just trying not to miss it, man. Like it's so easy to go like, when am I going testing again? You know, I'm like, I'm ready to just like have some me time, but man, it's just going so fast. So I think I'm more open to any parenting advice than I've ever been. You
That's
know,
awesome,
just
eh?
because it's hard. Like it is really hard, but it's such a big blessing. Like they all make it up when they're, you know, they like give you a hug or I don't know, just all the things that give you the warm and fuzzies.
I've been hanging around Wes's kids a bunch,
Yeah.
just because Wes has moved back here, and man, like just we went out for dinner the other night, and we got pho. I just love Vietnamese, right? So there's like an absolutely unbelievable pho restaurant 5 minutes from my house. So we go there, and his daughter never had pho in her life. And she's like pretty fussy eater.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I was like, dude, should we just go to like In-N-Out so she can get French fries? Like, I don't know what to feed this kid. Like, I've never been around her when she ate anything. And he's like, nah, don't worry about it. Well, let's eat pho and we'll figure it out. And like, she didn't know how to say the word soup.
Yeah.
She didn't know what pho was. Like,
Yeah.
she'd never had or done any of these things. And like, I love Wes. Like, he's one of my best friends, right? And it's like, so I love his daughter, and like just seeing her eat soup for the first time, like not soup, but eat pho for the first time, and then say soup, and we're trying to get her to say pho, and it was just this like beautiful, wholesome thing, and it was just like that's every day, all the time, in a sense, you know, like when you have that little human that's just like growing in front of you, it was wild just to like watch it in that context.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm just trying to hang on to those moments because there's moments where it's like, you know, it's like my daughter like discovered crayons the other day.
So
and
now
like,
all
come
of your
home
house,
and I'm like, you know, we've lived in this house for 6 months and there's just like crayon everywhere, just like, oh. But you know, just you know, looking back at those moments and trying to like just remember them, you know, because they're so sweet. But yeah, it's so fun though, man. Like, I'm just really tired a lot.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Can you see like talent that you had in your son?
For sure.
Oh,
dude,
no.
It's
That's a blessing and a curse.
It is, man. It is. I'm the biggest thing. You know, I talked about this. I had an All for One episode with kind of my first trainer, Greg Dorenzo, big muscle guy. We were talking about kids sports, and that it's become a little more like, you know, specialized. You know, at like 10 years old, kids are just playing football forever. So I just want to approach it and just let him do everything, and not specialize in anything. So it does concern me to go racing. I mean, I was hurt a lot, I think people could understand that. And, yeah, I made some poor decisions racing sometimes, but sometimes I didn't, It's like
sometimes you won the championship and
it's
got paid a lot of money.
that, and then sometimes the mistakes were not my own,
Yeah.
So, and I think for my wife, that's difficult.
Yeah, because she didn't come from this world at all.
No, but she saw a lot of that,
Yeah.
that the first video that appeared, I was leaving Detroit with a broken wrist.
Yep.
And Weimer's bike shut off, and I had nowhere to go. Landed on him, and I was in the points race, and when there was only 5 rounds left at that point, it was the closest I ever was to winning the 450 Supercross Championship. I was still 16 points down, but
You're in the hunt.
It wasn't
point.
over,
Yeah.
and we had a lot of hope. And so in that moment, it's like that hope that dies.
Yeah, like a part of you dies.
A part of
her dies.
Yeah, and so you've lived that, and so it's scary to think about experiencing that with your kids. But he is really good on his bicycle, man. It's crazy.
Oh, that's wild, isn't it?
I've kept him off the Stasic. I really like the idea of like pedaling, left brain, right brain, getting energy out, but he's really good at it. Yeah.
Wow. God, that's got to be a very, that's a predicament, especially when you see some talent and what it is, what to look for.
Yep.
And then you see it and you're like, oh, damn, this kid has that thing.
Yep. Yeah, it's hard. And he was a full sender like a year ago. So I'm like, I've kind of taught him, and I'm trying to teach him to know his limits, and he's getting better. So, so hopefully that can translate, because if he's got any of that cinder DNA that I have, I need to rein that back somehow. But yeah, he's really good at it. It is scary, but I feel like if he does ride, I can help him a lot, and take away a lot of the pitfalls that I had to have growing up. My dad was amazing, but definitely was not a good rider. So I learned a lot, through great coaches, but also through
trial and error.
Yeah, a lot of crashes. So yeah, I hope to help him, but really, I hope he plays soccer and golf and climbs and does whatever,
Just be a happy kid.
Yeah. And then if one thing sticks, it's like I didn't limit him to just being a motocross racer, because that's what I did.
Yeah. And I think too, there is an element of success leaves clues. And if you've been successful at one thing in your life, you can kind of apply that to, so it's not like your kid has to be a motorcycle rider to be successful, because that's what It's like, no, I got to the top of this thing and the clues are there. We follow the playbook.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I think, one of the things that I've seen stepping back and kind of looking back, the amateur world is it's a bit of a disaster, but it's not just motocross. It's Pee-wee football, Pee-wee basketball, everything that parents are involved in. It's a little bit crazy. So I think I can navigate that pretty well and help him keep his head about himself if we're ever in any kind of situation, that allows him to, like we're saying, continue to develop and not get lost in the, third grade, basketball championship that might be the last one of his life. I hope he can, I can help him through things like that. So.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.